Hi, my name is Fred Hoikley. I'm the owner of FH Industries out here kind of on the border of Green Bay and Pulaski, Wisconsin. And this is my product. This is the Stovehinge collapsible rocket stove. It collapses down to about the size of a laptop computer, and it fits in this case. And when it pops up, it's about well, you'll see that in a minute. Okay, what's a rocket stove? A rocket stove is just a way to use your fuel more efficiently. It is it's a stove whose its geometry allows you to concentrate all the heat back into the combustion area, and then it allows you to get above 1100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the temperature at which the smoke from the fuel combusts itself, and then you get a much more efficient use of your fuel per unit weight. You also get a lot less smoke with a rocket stove. It is a much faster cook because again it's just that much hotter, and it's easy cleanup. This is all stainless steel, so you just drop it in the lake or the sink or the river or whatever you're near, and you just wipe out all the soot, and then you're good to go. The case itself weighs about 12 pounds. This is 16 gauge stainless steel for the chimney and the feed tube, so that it's going to be able to withstand those temperatures and last a long time. The outer housing is 20 gauge stainless steel, but how about I open up and show you what it looks like. Okay. These are some twigs and a little bit of birch and a couple leaves that I got on a walk with, I don't know if you can see my dog there, I guess 2 days ago. And just walking through the woods and picking up your fuel, and that's kind of the point of this thing. It doesn't take a whole lot to be able to cook with. I got a 2-quart thing of water here, about a quart in it of water, and we're going to get this going and get it boiling and take a look at it. Okay. Here's your outer housing. This is all stainless steel. This is 20 gauge stainless steel, and polished and riveted on by me. There you can see our little logo there. Here's your feed tube. Now we're getting into the 16 gauge type 304 stainless steel. It's got to be thicker because of the temperatures of the interior parts of the stove and the combustion chamber. So that just slides through, and then there's a little catch on the bottom to keep it from going all the way back. So it'll stay in there as you push your fuel through the front. This is your chimney. Your chimney has again, it's 16 gauge type 304 stainless steel, and it's just insulated with header wrap, and the header wrap makes it a lot more, lets it retain the heat. There's not as much cooling from the ambient air hitting the outside of the chimney. Just a couple stainless steel zip ties to hold it down. It's just a really fantastic way to retain the collapsibility of it and give the chimney some insulation. Okay, and now here's your separator plate. Again, same material, 16 gauge 304. And what you do is you slide it through the front of the feed tube, and then you make sure it gets into the catch at the front of the chimney. There's a catch that holds it up there. So what you have is an independent draw for the air into the heart of the combustion chamber, so it's not going to get choked out by the fuel that's in there. So the fuel goes on top, the air is supplied through the bottom, and then the whole thing just has this kind of L shape, which a lot of rocket stoves have, and that's the whole point. It has a continuous draw of air, and then all the heat goes straight up into your pot. So okay, since we're just starting it out, we're going to put fuel in the top because we don't have a pot to worry about. I could have used our old crock pot, but it doesn't heat up quite as fast as a little pot I got here. Okay, birch is great. Works, you know, as good or better than paper, so you can just shove some birch down there to get it going fast. And then, Sash, come here. There's my mascot. I don't know if you've seen her moving in and out of the frame or not. I'm just out here at my warehouse. This is where I build all the prototypes and do all the product testing and whatnot. That's probably enough. And now we'll get a couple little twigs. And we'll drop them in there. And a couple more. And once it starts going, we can start feeding it through the front of the feed tube. But for now, there's no real harm in doing it this way, I think. Alright, and then it's a little caveman technology. Your kit does come with a fire kit, like an emergency fire kit. There's a little, well, I'll open it up. Just 4 little simple elements to help you out in the case of an emergency. Your Bic lighter is really your best. I mean, the thing costs $1, you take it for granted, but if you put it in a Ziploc bag and you leave it there, it'll last you for 10 years and a couple thousand lights. I mean, it's tough to beat, but people like these little Zippo type things, and this is just a little Zippo where you take out the top, you strike it on the flint, it gets the little cloth on fire, and that'll last you a while too. This is a serrated blade. It's got a bunch of different little functions on it. It's got a can opener, a bunch of different wrench sights, and kind of a knife edge, and then the serrated edge in case you wanted to get some branches chopped up. And then this little guy, the P38, it's an old Army can opener, and you don't think about it until you don't have one, but you need a can opener in any emergency situation. Because if you ever tried opening a can with a knife, it's just no fun. Alright, so here's my lighter, and here's my way to get to the guts of this thing. I'm just going to light this end and then stick it through the fuel part there and let it get going. Maybe. Alright, let's try this.